Welcome back, YouTube. Today I have our coolest episode in store for you yet. Today we'll be building a 50-foot long tabletop on top of this hill. We did this by making the table in the hill itself to save on dirt, and we cut in a path in front of it and behind it. This tabletop really turned out epic, so sit down, strap in, and enjoy the build video. Don't worry, there's also plenty of riding and testing at the end. Now to get started on the build itself. The first thing we had to do was chop down all the small trees and shrubs that were growing in this area, and then we had to knock out a handful of big trees to make the path for the table. If it was small, we burned it. If it was big, we chipped it for the track.
Oh, I bet that looks great on the shot.
Now you're getting a great view of what the area looks like without any of the trees. Before we get started moving any dirt, we took a ton of time to measure and stake this out so we knew exactly what we wanted and exactly how to build it. We marked the entire length of the track here with spray paint so we knew where to dig and build the road. We also put 4 posts in the ground and marked out with string what height we needed to pour dirt to make the tabletop. This tabletop ended up over 7 foot tall, but you'll notice we only poured about 4 foot of dirt on that downhill corner and even less on the uphill side. This is the key to building in a hillside. With how rocky our dirt is, we also dug a test hole to start, ensuring that we didn't hit any large sheets of rock before we started the project. Now it's time to start digging and building this road to the down ramp. To start, I'm removing all the black dirt from the surface. We'll do this everywhere we opened up fresh ground, and we're doing it to save the black dirt later when we go to regrass over our dirt areas. Once I get down the hill, I'll start to turn around the corner, digging and dumping up above to load out with the Kubota, and then dumping into the general path for the backhoe. I'm back with a progress update, and you can see we've made it down the hill and started to round the corner. The key here is we're making the dirt bike track at the elevation of its widest point so it still naturally drains out. So where if you're building a road, you'll dig on the inside and dump on the outside to build it out. Here we just dug and loaded out until we got to the width at the ground level on the downslope side. This is to ensure that the track drains and doesn't hold water. We've also dug through all the nice black dirt, so at this point we'll be stacking dirt onto the table. Alright, we have almost dug the track out from where it needs to go towards the down ramp. At this point, we're going to mark out at what point we need to stop excavating the dirt and start stacking it so we can build the down ramp itself. As always, we like to build the down ramp first so we really know how much landing ramp we'll have and how big we can make the jump. We have officially dug our road towards the tabletop and have a landing ramp roughly in place. There's still a lot of prep that needs to happen on this end, and we don't intend to leave a cliff on the left side of the path. But at this point, it is time to transition to the front and start digging out the area. There was a handful of trees that marked the edge of this clearing that we had to cut down to widen the area for excavation. And unfortunately, well in the process, I decided to ram the drone into a giant yellow target. Although I really didn't kill the drone then, later while building this tabletop, Dylan ran it into a tree, so there were drones harmed in the making of this video. Back to building. With this area, we decided to rip it first and then try loading it out with the backhoe to salvage the black dirt because it was such a large surface area. It definitely is not the fastest approach, but it ensures that we just get the topsoil. Now that we've removed all the topsoil, it's time to start actually excavating the area. We were going to end up with at least 5 foot of excavation near this line, so we started at the front and fanned out, making sure we're cutting a nice wide grade on the edge. Another drone check-in. As you can see, we've excavated the front area about 3 foot and the tabletop is really taking shape. We did once again a lot of measuring and flagged off exactly where we wanted the edges to be and where we needed dirt. The takeoff was intended to be slightly narrower than 8 feet, and the landing is 12 foot wide. So we did a fan taper across the entire table, which is what the flags marked, so we knew where we needed to add additional dirt. The next thing we need to do is clean up the runout. The left edge is still the very edge of the track, so we need to cut back a taper so you're not worried about catching the side while you're riding down the down ramp. And after cutting this back, we'll use the dirt to finish shaping the down ramp. All right, and we're back and we're digging out the front more. The strategy continues. Continue to make a wide grade on the outside, taper it down slowly, removing 6 inches to a foot each pass, load it out, and at this point the table's almost done, and then we'll start stockpiling it off to the side. We end up using this dirt for the triple that actually came out before this, so check that video out if you want to see a cool triple build. This will wrap up the build portion of the video. I dropped an external hard drive while in the process of editing and lost everything from here forward, so none of that, but plenty of riding. After all was said and done though, this thing turned out awesome. It's 50 foot long, the jump face is at least 7 foot tall, the down ramp's also at least 7 foot tall on the run out. There's plenty of distance to go long, plenty of pop dog, and for being this nasty sticky forest, it even looks better. We will kick riding off with a couple videos of us testing it for the first time, then another set of us making it bigger, and then riding it when it was finally done. Enjoy.